Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Like always, thank you so much for tuning in again. Today I have a different kind of video, one that I've never done on my channel, but I think it's time that I do because I've had so many requests for a video like this. So let's jump right into it because we have 10 products to talk about. So I was contacted by the company Hush, and if you don't know Hush, they're known for an online retailer that is committed to selling dupes for high-end products. So they sent me over this huge box filled to the rim with goodies so I can show you guys and talk about them. And honestly, these are some of the best dupes that I've ever encountered. Not only are they crazy affordable, but guys, they're so amazing and just pigmented, and the quality is not sacrificed at all. Like, these palettes are amazing. Like, if you take it for what it is, the quality is insane, the pigmentation is insane, the blendability is insane. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about these because there's dupes for some of your favorite palettes, and we all know how expensive makeup can be, so it's always good to have different alternatives, especially if you're not really into a palette or you kind of want to try it but you don't really know if the colors are for you and you don't want to spend the $50, $40, $60 on it. Then I'm pretty sure you're gonna love these palettes. So let's get right into this. Let me go through everything they sent me and I will compare it right next to the original, like the one they duped it. Oh guys, you're gonna love this. So I have so many things in front of me. Let's start with Too Faced just because it's sitting right in front of me. So we all know and love the Sweet Peach palette, right? And it's filled with these amazing pinky tones and purples, and it smells amazing. It smells like candy, right? I love this during the summer. I think it's such a fun palette, and it retails for $45. I have the prices here, $49, sorry. This is a $49 palette, and I was so excited when I got this one. So this is the Bad Habit Beauty palette that they came out with to dupe it, and this is what it looks like inside, guys. Like, it's exactly the same. Let me do a little side-by-side for you, and the dupe is only $10. Yeah, $10. So this is what it looks like side by side. They're very similar. I posted pictures of it on my Instagram, and as you can tell, they're basically identical. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the same shade from each palette. They are in different orders and of course have different names, but let me go ahead and do this purple because it's beautiful. So this is the one from the dupe from the Bite Beauty. I keep saying Bite Beauty. It's Bad Habit. So this is the dupe, and then this is the original, guys, and like, look at this. It's amazing, and it's just the same. It has the same amount of pigmentation. It glides on. Like, I have nothing negative to say about this. There is a little bit of fallout, but as with the Sweet Peach palette, there is fallout too, so I don't really mind that at all, actually. So let me go ahead and swatch another one for you. So this is what would be the original Bless Her Heart, and it's just a beautiful olive color. Like, look at this. This is from the dupe palette, and then this is the original one, and they're amazingly the same. Like, look at this. There's no telling a difference. So this is a great option if you didn't get your hands on it, or if you don't know if you want a palette that's kind of just geared for summertime and you're only gonna use it for a certain period. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to use this only for summertime. I'm just saying that's when I prefer to use it, just because of the color selection. There's a lot of pinks in there. The dupe is only $10, and you can get it on Hush Beauty, or I think they have an online website and an app. So definitely check that out. I'll link it down below so it'll make your lives easier. But that's a great alternative, especially because I know a lot of people are like, you know, pinks and greens and something that I already have. Why not pay $10, right? So this is the one that I swatched, and it blew my mind because I was like, wow. So you guys know I'm obsessed with the Naked Heat palette. I love Urban Decay. This was the brand that got me into makeup. I got the Naked palette, fell in love, and then from there my makeup addiction just took off. So they released this one, and it's perfectly filled with beautiful, delicious warm tones. And you guys know I'm a sucker for my warm tones, right? So they came out with an Inferno palette. So the Inferno palette, it's the exact same dupe, and I did side-by-side swatches, guys. You can't tell which is which. So this is what it looks like on the inside of the Inferno palette, and it has the same shades. Of course, like I said before, they're in different orders, but they're exactly the same. And if you go ahead and you match them up and you swatch them side by side, your mind is gonna be blown because they are the same. Like, let me just do a quick swatch really here, because I love this. The formula is amazing on this palette, and look at this. So this is from the original palette and this is from the dupe palette, and there's literally no difference. Like, they swatch incredibly pigmented, smooth. They glide on the eyes because I have used this palette and it is insane. I actually did my makeup with one side and then the original one, and I asked my parents, I was like, can you tell? My mom's always looking at my makeup and I was like, can you tell? And she's like, no. And guys, it's just the quality. Sometimes we find dupes that aren't 100% or the quality is lacking or the mattes don't blend, but this one is amazing. I feel like I'm saying amazing, but guys, I'm so excited. Like, I never thought I'd be doing a dupe video because I don't want to offend any companies and I don't want you guys to think that I'm bashing on any companies. No, you guys know that Anastasia, that the Urban Decay are one of my favorite products, but I understand that makeup is pricey and, you know, sometimes we don't have the opportunity to spend so much. So I'm so happy and thankful that there's brands that actually take that into consideration and do affordable options without sacrificing quality. I actually really appreciate that. So let's talk about this one. This is actually new on their website and it's called Midsummer Dream. This one is $16. They sent me the prices of all the palettes. This one is $16. All the other ones are $10. And I was so confused as to what the dupe to this one was. I couldn't pin it. But it's beautiful. Like, look at these pastels and they're just shimmery and beautiful. And I was trying and I thought it was gonna be for the Lorac Mega Pro 4, but no. What it actually is, it's a dupe for the Too Faced Natural Love. And this was a limited edition. I believe I paid like $60 for this palette because it was limited edition. And it's so pretty. I love this. It's such like a natural, warm, pretty palette, but I know that a lot of people did not want to pay $65 for it, and it was limited edition, so not a lot of people could get their hands on it. So when I put it side by side, I was like, yeah, for sure, it's a dupe. It's a perfect dupe for the palette, for the Too Faced palette, and it's the same quality. It's amazing. The colors are a little bit deeper. I want to say a little bit deeper, like they have a little bit more pigmentation, like the pinks in this palette, the dupe palette, are a little bit more pigmented, if you will, and they're gorgeous. So, whoa. So if you missed out on the Too Faced one and you couldn't get your hands on it, it's sold out because I know it did. This is an amazing alternative for $16 and it's stunning. Like, I love this. I feel like the pinks are a little bit pinker and the pastels are a little bit more pastels. So I'm definitely gonna use this because this is an amazing find. And like I said, if you didn't want to pay $65 and you were like, no, those colors are kind of boring, I don't want to pay that much, get this. You're gonna love this. I swear you're gonna love this. Okay, let's talk about Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty has been killing the game with amazing palettes, foundations, highlighter palettes, anything that you can think of she's done. Her lip products are unbelievable. I love them. They're one of my favorite formulas. So I love, you guys know that I have both of her palettes. The original palette is the textured rose gold palette, which is this one right here. And I love this. This is a staple in anybody's collection and I always recommend it. It is pricey. It is $65. And I have the Desert Dusk palette as well. And that's my obsession. You guys know that I don't put that palette down. But guys, this brand came out with the Aphrodite palette and the brand is called Bad Habit, and look at this. It's the same. I was blown away because it's exactly the same, and the formula of the matte is great. I love how it blends out. The only thing with this is that you don't get that textured formula that's like original to Huda Beauty. That's the only thing that I find with this one, the only con, that it's not an exact dupe, just because the formula is different, just because the Huda Beauty formula is so unique and so different that it's just not the same. But don't get me wrong, these are amazingly pigmented. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch Rose Gold, which is one of the textured formulas, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you. It's like a wet feeling. It's like the craziest thing. And I'm gonna show you next to this one, which would be Beauty. And you'll definitely be able to tell. So this is the original one on my middle finger, and then this is from the palette, the Bad Habit palette. And you can see that they are a little bit different and they swatch differently too. Like the Huda one, you kind of have to build up, but it has that very metallic, rich, wet look. And then the other one is like a straight shimmer and it just swatches evenly, which I actually really appreciate. So keep that in mind because I know a lot of people had trouble with the Huda Beauty palette just because they didn't like using their fingers and they didn't want to do the extra work. So if you didn't want to do that, but you still love the color and the layout, then I might suggest you check this out just because I feel like it's going to be a lot easier to work with, especially if you're a beginner and you didn't really know how to use the textured formula in the Huda Beauty palette. This is a great alternative. It is $10 compared to $65, but I mean, it's a matter of personal preference on that palette just because I will prefer the Huda Beauty one a lot more just because of the different formula and how it looks on the eyes. It looks crazy amazing on the eyes, but the Bad Habit one is incredible as well. Let's talk about the highlighter kits. So she has about 4, I believe now. She released 4 of them, and this is what they look like. These are her beautiful packaging. I love the packaging on these. And my favorite one is the Gold Sands edition. So I love these. The only complaint I have is the cream. I don't really like the cream formula just because I find that it like moves my foundation around, and I think I'm the only person on earth with that problem, and I've tried beauty blenders and everything, but I don't know. Something about it, right? Doesn't work well with me. But the powders are insanely pigmented, gorgeous, reflective, and they kind of just like melt into the skin, and I love that about them. So when I received these in the mail, I was really excited because I was like, oh, okay, these are for the Huda Beauty. So this is what they look like. They are different. The packaging is completely different. Can't open them, but this is what they look like. So this is the original Huda Beauty one, and then this is the new one by Bad Habit, and as you can tell, it's different. The only thing is they're the exact same colors, just that this one doesn't include any creams. It's this straight up powder, and this one has 1 cream and then the 3 powders. So take that into consideration. Like if you're like me and you weren't really a fan of the cream, and it's probably gonna go to waste, but I do use all the other ones, you might want to go for this one. Try this one out. The formula is really, really nice too, and it's very reflective. And this is what it looks like swatch. So the middle finger is the Huda one, and then this one is the Bad Habit palette. And then swatch, like, look at this. You can't even tell which is which. They're absolutely stunning. They're both absolutely reflective and gorgeous, and you'll be blinding people left and right. So that's the dupe for the Gold Sands, and this is the Oasis palette, if you want to look that up on the app. And then for the Pink Sands edition, we have the Paradise. So this is what it looks like. You open up this bad boy, and that's what it looks like compared to the Huda one, which looks like this. And again, it's the same. The Huda Beauty has a cream and 3 powders, and this one has all 4 powders. But it's basically identical, and I really like the quality. Like, the quality is there. You guys are, as soon as you touch it, you're gonna be like, okay, the quality is amazing. It's just like a high-end palette, and you're paying $10. Like, I love that. I really do like that. So I saved the best for last, and these are the most popular, always sold out palettes on the website, and I was so excited when they sent these to me because they were sold out on the website when I went to look in for more information. So I was like, yay, they sent it to me. And I've seen this all over Instagram. Everybody wants it. Everybody swatches it side by side. I actually went ahead and swatched it, so go check out my Instagram, Eternally Flawless, if you want to see these swatch side by side, because you're gonna get blown away. Okay, so this is Retro Love. And Retro Love is an exact dupe for, yes, the Subculture palette by Anastasia. And guys, it's amazing. Like, the quality is on point. These are exact dupes. Like, the only thing I want to say is that they both have a lot of fallout. Like, I know a lot of people were complaining of the fallout on the Anastasia palette, but the Retro Love palette has the same amount of fallout, so I'm gonna say it's an exact dupe because they both have the same amount of fallout. I did the same thing. I used 1 and 1 on each eye when I did my makeup one of these days. You couldn't tell the difference. It was perfect. It blends out. There's no patchiness. There's nothing that skips on the eyes. It's just beautiful, and then the final result is great. I know a lot of people weren't a fan of this, but I found a way to make it work for me. Like, I'm not mad at it. I actually use it a lot because I do like the color selection. I think it's pretty unique. So I'm really excited that you can get one for $10 if you're interested. If you didn't really like this one, or you didn't want to commit to it, or the colors weren't for you, whatever the reason is, there's a great alternative. And guys, Anastasia is my favorite brand, like hands down, one of my favorite brands, and I love them. And sometimes, you know, people aren't always going to agree with me. Like, I love this palette. I think it's great. I use it all the time. But if you're one of the people that didn't like it and it just didn't work for you, definitely try this, because this is going to be a great alternative, especially if you didn't want to spend the $42 that the palette is originally worth. Okay. everybody's favorite. This is a staple in everybody's collection, and this is the last thing we're gonna be talking about today, and this is the Modern Renaissance palette. And guys, I love it just as much as everybody else. Like, you can see how loved mine has been. And let's talk about the Royals palette. Like, it's exactly the same, and it's just beautiful and creamy, and it blends out, and I think it's a great option, especially if this is pretty hard to find these days at Sephora and Ulta, so definitely check this out. You guys are not going to be sorry. Thank you so much, Hush, for reaching out to me and sending me all these goodies. I really appreciate. Thank you for taking the opportunity on me. I'm very thankful because these are amazing, guys, and I wouldn't recommend you guys anything that I didn't personally love, but I stand by these dupes. These are amazing dupes, and this isn't to bash any company or talk bad about any company. I love these companies. They're some of my favorite companies, and honestly, if there's an affordable version, then why not try it, right? We all don't have the money to spend sometimes, and I understand the situation is tough, but we don't have to sacrifice quality. And thank you so much for watching, guys. One more thing I forgot to mention, if you use the code Eternally Flawless, you get 10% off. I do not get any commission. It is not an affiliate code. I do not get any money. It just saves you guys 10% off any of the palettes, which are already $10. So definitely take advantage of that and let me know if you guys pick up anything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye!